Remember the guy who showed up to Zoom court for a suspended license while driving? Well, this wasn't entirely his fault. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I'll bring you an update on the viral Zoom court video that many of you have already seen. It has gone all over the place. It's become a meme talking about if I send you this face, that means I'm about to park right now. I'll be in there in a minute, all this, that, and the third. Now, this situation went viral because of how dumb my man appeared to be. Look, you are appearing in this Zoom court where the lawyer can see you, the judge can see you, everybody can see you, and the charge is driving on a suspended license. So why would you be driving in the actual Zoom call? What are you doing? You're about to get locked up right now, which is exactly what the judge, Jade Cedric Simpson, ordered. It's like, you're really going to be in court driving on a suspended license? It doesn't make any sense. But this wasn't really 100% his fault. It's partially his fault. He shouldn't have been driving because the license was suspended, yes. But the license shouldn't have been suspended because in reality, it was suspended originally back in 2010 because of some child support issues. But it was reinstated back in 2022, but it wasn't transmitted to the proper authorities. You understand? So he goes into the office. Okay, your license has been restored. No more suspended license. But the message did not get to the proper channels, so his license was still listed as suspended. Now, obviously, he's in court for the charge, so he did get charged for it. But it shouldn't have been the charge because the license was not suspended. Now, we're going to get to a few things here, like how this could happen. And of course, I will link to the actual update and whatnot in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
7 News Detroit is getting to the bottom of what's been an ordeal for Corey Harris of Detroit.
You've probably seen the viral video by now. It's gone around the country. He was the man seen driving during a virtual court hearing in Washtenaw County for driving on a suspended license. 7 News reporter Kimberly Craig was able to track Harris down, who is adamant that the suspension should have been lifted more than 2 years ago.
Well, tonight, Kim is back on the story with information that could help a lot of people facing a similar situation.
Trying to get to the bottom of why Corey Harris's driver's license is still suspended for child support has been incredibly frustrating. For 2 days now, I've been trying to ask anyone at Saginaw County's friend of the court what could have gone wrong, and still no answers.
Sometimes these things happen. You got people that don't know what they're doing in the office, clerical issues, or it could have been a personal beef. You never know. But sometimes these things do go on and people suffer as a result.
They were supposed to have been lifted it 2 years ago, but they didn't.
Detroiter Corey Harris is talking about the Saginaw County friend of the court suspending his driver's license for child support, something he says he resolved 2.5 years ago, and a judge in Saginaw County rescinded that suspension, allowing Harris to drive again. So he says he was shocked when Pittsfield Township Police cited him in October for driving on a suspended license.
Let's pause right here. The child support issue is a whole different ball of wax. I have a question, and if anyone can give me an answer, I'd love to hear it. You guys let me know in the comments. How does it make sense to suspend someone's license for child support when you might need your license to go get the money to pay the child support? You're probably going to be driving on a suspended license to work. So I don't understand. And if you're going to catch taxi and Uber, how much is that costing? Now you're going to end up spending more money to try and maneuver around not having a license to make the money that you owe.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
This is the video of the virtual court hearing that went viral after a judge ordered Harris to jail for driving with a suspended license.
Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Harris admits he was driving to get his wife to the doctor, but what he can't understand is why his license was still suspended 2.5 years after the judge ordered it lifted. The Saginaw County friend of the court has not responded to our calls, but according to a spokesperson for the Secretary of State, friend of the court never sent over a clearance in 2022.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And as I said, it's partially his fault, but it's not. He knows that license was suspended, but it shouldn't have been suspended. So you know that you're being kind of railroaded here. It's like, okay, you guys have restored my license. What's the problem? Why am I being charged for this? But at the same time, you are being charged for it. You got to figure out a way to resolve it. But until then, you shouldn't be driving, and you most certainly shouldn't be driving on a Zoom call. And I don't know why the lawyer didn't bring that up. Maybe the lawyer did bring it up before the video started rolling or after. But that might have been a thing like, hey, you know, the license was restored back in 2022. That might have been a good thing to say right at that moment before he got sentenced to, well, not sentenced, before he got, you know, sent to jail for driving with no license.
Hello?
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
Sometimes it is simple as the Secretary of State's office did not get a clearance from the court that everything was done, but something happened in the wires.
Keela Crane is the Deputy Legal Director for the Secretary of State, and she urges anyone who has a suspended license to take advantage of their Road to Restoration clinics held around the state to help people get their license back because the process can be complicated.
Sometimes it is that the resident just does not know what they need to do. And that's why we provide that one-on-one consultation with the resident to help them understand what they need to do.
What we may
I mean, government just competent, incompetent, not competent, incompetent. That's just government for you in general. Sometimes local government, state government, city, township, the federal government is the absolute worst. I mean, if you think that this is bad, a guy getting locked up for 2 days for his license being suspended when it was restored 2 years ago, if you think that's bad, look at the federales. My goodness. I mean, they just rob you gunpoint and burn the money right in front of your face. But I don't want to get too triggered, so I digress.
never know is why the prosecutor in Pittsfield Township or Harris's public defender could not get this resolved months ago before he landed in jail. His attorney's office declining to comment on an ongoing case.
With the type of ties that I have with the church and the community is very embarrassing.
Kimberly Craig, 7 News, Detroit.
Hopefully he will get it cleared up now.
Hopefully so, man. I mean, that's crazy. That's totally crazy. So, yeah, as I said, yes, it's his fault for driving on a suspended license because regardless of what, regardless of the error or whatever, you know your license is suspended, and he was in court for that. So he had probably already been arrested on the street, might have been pulled over, speeding, or anything. It could have been a checkpoint. Who knows? He already had a charge for that. So he had already had an issue. So at that point, it's like, okay, I can't be driving. And most certainly you shouldn't be driving on the Zoom court call because the judge can see you. So that's going to be an automatic one-way ticket to jail. And he did spend 2 days in jail. If it's me, as I close, what I would do is I would sue because I lost 2 days of my freedom being in jail when I shouldn't have been because my license was not suspended. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm going to be suing for damage to myself, my reputation. This video went viral. They think I'm an idiot. They think I'm a moron or whatever. That's going to hurt my chances of getting gainful employment. Like I will most certainly sue in this situation. So, my man, if you're listening to me, I would say go ahead and sue, get some money out of the situation because you had your license restored back in 2022. It was restored, and then some things just happened on the back end to where they didn't push it through. I saw another video where it was like an extended version of the interview that they did with him to follow up. He was like, look, you can't trust these people. You know, they say they're going to do something and they don't do it. So if it's me and I have that kind of thing happen, I'm going to get it in writing. Okay, my license is restored. You sure about that? Let me get it in writing right now. So then if I get pulled over and they try to say my license has not been restored and I'm about to get locked up, it's like, no. I got it right here in writing. call this person right there, and then they'll tell you everything that's going on. That's what I would do, because you can't trust the government to do anything, especially the federales. They are the absolute worst, although this was a state case. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts on what happened here? Incompetent government, incompetent person, a combination of both, more one than the other? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was, it was both, because he shouldn't have license suspended. Like, that was the wrong thing. The license was not suspended, so we shouldn't have got locked up. But if you are being charged with that, what you don't want to do is appear on a Zoom court call driving your car. What you should do is figure out a way to fight it and be like, hey, look, it was restored. I got paperwork. I got documentation. Go get that figured out that way, rather than doing what he did, which was just to appear, you know, while being charged for that and driving your car. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.